Didn't we learn our lesson the first time?
Hello? You're currently on the phone with KCK. Yep, that's me.
Welcome back to I'm on the phone with KCK. If you haven't guessed, I'm KCK. So I don't usually listen to my episodes, which might be a bad thing. I probably should go back and listen to them just to make sure everything's okay, but I kind of just throw them out there. So I was listening to the intro of my last one because I wanted to hear what it sounded like with the recording. I used that little girl saying Katy Perry was the biggest star in the solar system, and then I let it kind of play and I forgot, and I'm like, because I don't like to hear my voice. I think that's a common thing with everybody. I just, it's gotten better, honestly, but I just feel like my voice is I don't know. So listening to this, the first few seconds of me on the last episode, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like so boring. Am I putting people to sleep? My voice is so monotonous and so, I don't know, I just didn't seem enthusiastic. And anyway, I apologize for sounding boring. And if you want to fast forward, or not fast forward, let's see, what do they call it? Double speed? 2x, that's what I'm thinking of. If you want to 2x my episodes, that's totally fine. I would do the same thing. Actually, no, I wouldn't. On books, I do for some reason, like Audible. Not all of them, because they're not all like that, but there's some that the people talk so slow. And like I read along with the narrator too, because I am in third grade and I need someone to read out loud to me. No, I just like it because it keeps me on track. I think I jump around too much, and I repeat lines, and like I've learned so many words. I've learned how to say and pronounce so many words because I have been reading along and listening to an audiobook at the same time. And I'm like, that's how you say that word. That is how you spell it. So anyway, what am I getting at? There are some books that they read too slow. So I do 2x or 1.5x speed, and it like lines up perfectly with my brain. So anyway, if you have to do that, that's totally fine. I will try and be more chipper. I actually am recording this on Friday afternoon. It is 5:02 p.m. And you might be wondering, actually, I don't even know if you guys know, I record Monday mornings. And that's why I kind of just throw them out there, because I don't have time to edit, really. But some life-changing news, some life updates. I quit one of my jobs. And yes, I quit the job so I could have more time to do the podcast, which I'm not worried about. I don't feel stressed. I don't feel pressured, because I know if I put in the work and and market it and be on social media more, like not just like lurking, but actually like posting and getting new followers, I can do it. And I'm not trying to be out like Tana Mojo out here and have millions of listeners. I mean, that would obviously be super nice and, make lots and lots of money. But if I can make more than what I was making at my last job, which is not that much, but the government thinks it is apparently because they taxed me on it, which I have never received the money that they said they were going to send back to me. So that is something I have to add to my list. Anyway, sorry, where was I? Oh, so yeah, I have been working at this job for the last 10-ish years, not the full 10. I've quit and gone back like 3 times, but it is just such a good place to work. If you live in Utah, they have stores in Vegas too, and Idaho, and some in Sacramento, but it's basically a Utah company. It's where it was started. Warren Buffett actually owns it now. It is the biggest furniture company in Utah. It's R.C. Willey, and they are really good to their employees. Well, for the most part, they are good to their employees. They are very stable. They, you always know you're going to get paid. They avoid everything to not lay people off. They, cut costs elsewhere. They never lay people off. So that is also a good thing. Like right now is not a good time for the furniture market anywhere. It is kind of brutal out there. Like I don't know how some of the salesmen are making it. My job was I started out as in the display area is what I did. It's what it's called, display crew, display department, I guess you could say. Basically, what I would do is we'd get the new furniture for the day and we would open it, print the price tags, put the price tags on the product, and then go out and put it on the floor. And essentially, I was just kind of one of the crew members. And then I kind of built my way up because I feel like I have an eye for design. I would never try and design someone's house ever. That would give me so much anxiety. But I've always had kind of a knack for making things, for like making places feel like comforting, like cozy, like a home, like it feels like someone lives there. It just got kind of character, you know what I mean? My style is probably more eclectic than anything, more eclectic, traditional than anything. Although I've never really been into modern, but if I had another place, to live, like I want a really cool apartment somewhere downtown, Salt Lake, or dream big, New York. And I would probably do it modern, which is not something I'm really into, but lately I kind of have been, and I think it's because I have so much stuff. I literally have so much stuff. So yeah, I want a place that would be like minimal, like not like boring minimal, but just very clean, very like, I don't know. Like like in my house right now, there's like no space. There's like no empty wall. There's not a wall that's just, or like a crevice that's just empty. So I kind of want that. I would like something like that, just like clean. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So anyways, I kind of worked my way up to being like kind of helping the main, designer, display manager person kind of make decisions. And then I quit that store location for reasons I won't get into right now. And I kind of just quit. I quit because I couldn't go to Disneyland, you guys. that wasn't the reason. That was just like the straw that broke the camel's back. That was like the last straw. And I literally had been asking for time off. I never took time off, you guys. I never called in sick. I never took time off. I was always there. And I would pick up people's shifts on Saturdays because the next week I could get a 3-day weekend. So like I was a really good employee. I will say that. I've always been a really good employee. But I had asked for time off for this like 5-day trip. It wasn't even that long, for like 8 months. And I couldn't get an answer. Like no one would tell me. Like I kept asking my boss. He's like, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm like, well, I need to know. Like we were trying to get tickets and like plane tickets and stuff. So then I went to his boss. He's like, well, you got to talk to him. Like I can't make your decision. I'm like, are you serious? So literally it was like the weekend before we were supposed to go. And I finally asked one of my other coworkers, who I'm still really good friends with, had just quit because of a really kind of toxic work environment. And so I was like, okay, I need to know. And literally that was me and my manager, 2 other managers, and the general manager all standing right there. And my boss was like, no, I'm going to need you to be here to walk the floor, which means like we come in early and straighten up the floor, like make the pillows look good, straighten up the rugs, just make the floor look presentable for the next day, which is not a hard job. And I did not need to be there for that. And I kind of just looked at him and I looked at everyone else. I'm like, is this for real? Like, are we being serious right now? And like, they all looked away. Like they wouldn't even look at me. And I was like, okay, fine. I wasn't planning on telling the story. Anyway, so I literally was driving home. I called my mom. I was like, you're going to have to take someone else or cancel my ticket or something. She's like, no, just quit. I'm like, what? I'm like, Mom, don't be crazy. Don't be literally insane. She's like, no, like you can get a job anywhere. Like, this is ridiculous. You've been a good employee. Just like quit. Like, yeah. And so I did. And it felt good. It felt so good. And luckily, by the grace of God, my boss never took time off. And the next day, his window in his car broke or something. And so he didn't come in. And I was like, oh, this is it. This is it. So I literally went around, told his boss. His boss is like, okay, well, can you come in tomorrow and tell him yourself? I'm like, in my mind, I was like, sure, my people pleasing mind. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. In my mind, I'm like, I am not doing that. That is crazy. You know, for someone like me who is so afraid of confrontation, like going into his office, I was like shaking. Anyway, I'm getting out. So I literally went around. I bought all the stuff that I wanted because he wouldn't let us buy anything. He thought we were going to get audited and they were going to fire us. And there was this picture that I wanted so badly, and he wanted it, but he wouldn't let anybody else buy it, but he wouldn't buy it. And so I found it. We had hidden it. One of my other coworkers had hidden it somewhere when we did the remodel of the store. And I went and found it, and it was so old. It should have been taken to clearance like years before. I took it to clearance. One of my friends there wrote me up a ticket. It was like an expensive ass painting. It wasn't a painting. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It was like very detailed frame, like etched. I don't even know how to explain it, but it looks really cool. It looks like how do I explain it without making it sound weird? It's like like a picture of India, like somewhere in Asia, one of those old temples. Picture the Jungle Book, King Louis, whatever his name is, where he hangs out. So I got it for like $35, and it was originally like $500. Yeah, and if someone's listening from RC no, I didn't do that. Anyway, I didn't come back. I left my resignation thing on the desk, and I was so like it was just perfect. And I ended up working for my aunt at one of her stores for like the remainder of my lease on my apartment, and I didn't do anything for like a year and a half. Like I would just I had no debt. I literally worked 2 jobs for a year, paid off all my debt. I wish I could be that Casey right now. So I'm like, I'm just gonna enjoy my life. I have no car payment. I have nothing. And so I moved in with my grandparents, and I kind of went back and forth between my parents' house and my grandparents. I would do odd jobs for like family and friends, and they pay me. And I had the funnest time of my life. But that's when my credit card debt started to accumulate, because I would just like, people just give you credit cards. They literally it's so easy. So beware. If you're in the market for a credit card, start with one that's going to give you really good benefits. Capital One. This episode is so bizarre. I'll promise I'll wrap it up. Capital One Quicksilver is a good one to start with, but you really should get an airline credit card. My top choice is American Express, Sky Miles, Delta Sky Miles. So anyways, and then I went back to a different store in like 2018, and I worked there for like 8 months, and I quit again. And then I didn't do anything again for a couple years. I just, again, do random odd jobs. And then I was like, I need to do something. I'm kind of getting bored. I need to make some more money. So I went back again, this time for like 5 years. And yeah, it's a really fun job. It is a really good place to work. It's really fun. It's one of those jobs where you tell people about it and they're like, how'd you get that job? That job sounds fun. I'm like, I honestly kind of just lucked out. It is a really fun job. I loved my coworkers. I loved just everything. Like there was, there's always a few things about your job you don't like looking forward to, but for the most part, it was a really good job. I loved all the people there. And let me tell you, I use that discount like no other. I probably am the one in the company that used it the most. I'm sure there are people out there who like built houses and bought like furniture for their entire house all at once, but for the most part, I took advantage of that. I've worked with people that didn't even use it. I'm like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? I had a friend that worked with me at the first store, and we were young. We were like 19, and I would just literally use my entire paycheck and buy a piece of furniture and put it in storage. And he's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And then after like a few years, and I got my apartment and like literally moved in, everything was set up. I had every single piece of furniture. He's like, I understand now. Like, I feel like I just wasted all my money and you actually saved it. Well, I didn't save it, but I put it towards something different. Anyway, so I am not mad. Like, I'm literally in this room. Literally every single piece of furniture in this room I am currently is from the store I worked at, the company I worked at. And it's good furniture. It's good furniture, you guys. My entire house, like, literally is... That's the thing, too. It's not like I had to buy a cheap furniture. It is, like, really nice furniture that I either got my discount or, like, in our clearance center with, like, tiny little scratches or, like, one-of-a-kind, like, last ones, So, like, I don't know. That was thrilling, trying to get like an even bigger discount in the clearance center. I don't know, but I don't know if I've talked about my lamp, fascination. Like I'm obsessed with lamps. I think I talked about this because I told you guys that word, that Dutch word, haigu, something. Anyway, it means you like cozy and like ambient lighting, which I need to go through. I'm going to count all my lamps, but one of the last things I bought at work was a two lamps. They look like little trees. It's really hard to explain, and it doesn't look cheap or like cheesy. But I love them. I love them so much, and I don't even care. But I literally, yeah, I saved so much money on just those lamps. You guys, did I talk about this last time? You guys are being, yeah, I did. You guys are being way overcharged for furniture, just by the way, just so you know. Furniture. Oh, the markup on furniture is insane. Literally insane. So anyways, I don't work there anymore. It was a hard decision, and I had been thinking about it for a while. I've thought about it before I started the podcast. Honestly, I'm like, should I quit and just go all in on that? I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't know if I'm going to like doing the podcast. I'm not sure if like it's going to be something I try and I'm like, I don't like this, but I have been keeping up so good, you guys. Like I have not been this dedicated to something in a long, long time, since Roller Coaster Tycoon in high school. I really enjoy it. Like I was in the shower today. I just took an everything shower. I feel so good. I'm about ready to leave to go for the weekend, hang out with my friends. Going to Pride weekend in Salt Lake City. Yay, Pride. Happy Pride. Happy Pride, everybody. And I'm just so excited. Like I have time. I literally have time for things now. So where am I getting at? I am all over the place. So I wanted to make sure that I was going to be consistent with it before I actually made a huge decision and quit. So I kind of got my finances in order, and, it seemed reasonable and feasible that I could quit. And this was probably the beginning of this year, maybe more like March-ish. And I kind of made the final decision, I don't know, a couple months ago in my head. And I don't regret it. And people keep asking me if I'm sad, and I'm not really sad. I think my time at that job is done. I think I did what I needed to do in my life there. That was a really good job. So it kept me up in the area where my grandma used to live, and it kept me up there, and I would be able to, stay with her 3 or 4 nights a week and help take care of her, take her out to dinner, stuff like that. But she passed away in July of last year. And so it just didn't really, I didn't need to be up there as much consistently. Does that make sense? And so that was a factor. I'm like, I don't need to be up there that much for her. And it was a good job for that. I'm very grateful. It was just a good job for the time of my life that I was in. And I'm just ready to, like, I could do that job with my hands tied behind my back, you guys. Like, I'm not meaning to brag, but I'm really good at that job. Like, I'm very, very good. I knew how to handle things when they came up. I knew, there really wasn't a scenario that I hadn't dealt with. And if there was, it was very rare. But I was just good. I was just so good at that job. I was so good. But I want a challenge. I want to try something new. I want to, expand my horizon, I guess is what you would say. So here we are. So my last day was last Friday, a week ago today. And yeah, so I'm going to try and record on Fridays. And if I sound more chipper and more lively, it's because I'm awake. It's not 4 a.m. It is not super early in the morning, And I got so much done, you guys. That is what I'm really excited for. I'm excited to just have time and not feel like I was working 6 days a week, and I just was getting burnt out. And I wasn't working 6 days a week making hundreds of thousands of dollars. That would be a totally different story. I was working 6 days a week to barely make it. And so, yeah, I have plans for this. I have plans to, to grow it. And, I love all, 50 of you that listen, but I need some more of you. So please tell all your friends. And yeah, so I'm not sad. I think I had thought about it so much before that the sadness is kind of over. And I'm not scared. I'm not nervous. I'm just really excited for what's to come. And so, yeah, to draw it all back to my tired, slow, boring voice, it's because I won't have to be recording. I won't have to be, yeah, I said that right. I won't have to be recording early in the morning anymore. Like today, I literally got up. I did a workout, just a quick little one, just jump rope and push-ups and stuff. And then I went and ran 3 miles. I stopped and got the mail. I came home. I had a little bit of, did I have breakfast? I think I had just Ritz crackers and my electrolytes. I mowed the lawn. I mowed the weeds around the yard. I pulled weeds. I just did little jobs that needed to be done. I gave the horses their treats. What else did I do? I cleaned the kitchen, did the dishes, cleaned the family room, doing laundry, packing. Like, I feel so good to have a day to do something. And this week, I would normally have like the weekend to do it too, but this weekend's busy with me going up to Pride and staying over. I'm staying with my friends Catherine and Dalton. They live downtown with absolutely zero parking. I'm still not over that. I'm at that stage in my life. It's like, please don't invite me places that don't have parking. I just can't. It makes me so angry. It makes me so angry when places build, like, businesses build buildings and they have terrible parking. Like, I'm not about that. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I'm going to hang out with my friend tonight, my friend Cassie and her husband. And I've been friends with Cassie for so long, but I haven't seen her since her wedding 2 years ago. So I'm just excited to be able to do things again and hang out with people. And I told myself, as long as I'm not spending money like crazy, I am happy. So welcome to my new stage of life. I'm really excited. I hope you guys stick with me and we see where I am in another year. This is our 41st episode. That's so crazy. The only time I've missed is Christmas Day because I was on a Monday. And I didn't post one there because I just wanted to, hang out with my family and not stress. Plus, I don't think anyone would listen to me on Christmas morning. Like, everybody wake up before we open presents. Listen to Casey's podcast. So yeah, here I am, half jobless and excited. I'm just a boy standing before a girl. What is that? What is that quote? Is that a show or a movie? I'm just a girl standing before a boy. What is that? Hang on one second. Wow, I must spend a lot of time on the internet because I've never seen this movie, but it's from Notting Hill. Why is it twice? Notting Hill? It's just Notting Hill, but I don't know why it says it on here. It says, I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her. I'm just a boy standing in front of an audience asking them to tell every single person they know to listen to this podcast and get my ratings up. My ratings are actually 5 stars, but I only have 23 of them. And I've only had 23 for like the last 6 months. So please, if you haven't, go leave a review. I haven't checked Apple, so I'm sure there's more on there, but the Spotify ones I check. Yeah. Let's get started. Let's talk about the news of the week. What is going on? What is the 411? What is the hot gossip? The Kardashians started again. I think I've already talked about that. What was it about? They went to Paris. It was Paris. They were sitting out to dinner in front of the Eiffel Tower. Like, that's just a normal day for them. And then Kendall was in a fashion show underneath the Eiffel Tower, which was super cool. What happened with Kim and Chloe? Something happened. I cannot remember. It was when Kim started doing American Horror Story. They watched the first episode of that, and I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode. I know I mentioned it in the notes of the episode, but it's starting to feel like the old Kardashians again. I think I did because I talked about the cheesy music. Like the previous seasons of the new Kardashian show, it's cheesy, inspirational, like, I'm gonna get my money, like, you know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna stand in my way, bitch gonna get my money, like stuff like that. It's like, okay, this is really cheesy, and it feels like a cheesy Netflix show, like Selling Sunset. Like, I miss the old music, and I feel like the vibe is the same as Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Like, they're getting back into their old self. Like, I think where they were such, I think they were the only executive producers on this new show, and so they were filtering so much of it, and I think they realized that people didn't like that, and it seems more like the old show. Like, they're telling more, they're showing more and stuff like that. So I do like that. So yeah, they premiere. Well, if you're on the West Coast, it's 9 p.m. Wednesday nights. If you're on the East Coast, it's midnight. But I don't think you can watch them till the next day. No, because I started watching it Wednesday night while I was in bed. They must have changed that, because you used to be able to not watch them till the next day. Anyway, it's on Hulu. So go stream that. Go stream our favorite family, America's First Family. Sam Smith's The Lonely Hour album is 10 years old. That is crazy. That is about the time I started at my old job. That was like the era that they were all over the radio. Like, that's all anyone was talking about, singing. I just remember that. They won so many Grammys that next year. That's a really good album. I do love that album so much. They said that they hinted at like a special project or a special edition, something special to celebrate it. So stay tuned for that. That album has Stay With Me. What songs is on that album? What songs are on that album? The Lonely. I know I'm not the only one. Not the only one. That one's a really good one. Is that the one with? That's the one with Diana Agron in the music video, and she's like a housewife, and she's like, oh wait, sorry, I didn't finish typing. She like knows that her husband's cheating on her, and she's just going along with it. Let's see. Lonely Hour. Oh, there's a upgraded version. I literally just deleted the last like 5 seconds because I tried to sing a part of the song and it was atrocious. I cannot sing that high. It's got Money on My Mind, Stay With Me, has 2 billion listens. That's crazy. I am not the only one. That's almost at 2 billion. Like I want to sing it, but I can't sing that high, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put you guys through that. So yeah, that was a really good album, I think. Lindsay Lohan and Tom Hardy are rumored to be in the new Knives Out. That was on my list last time, but I don't know if I talked about it. There's going to be a Knives Out 3. I can't remember the name of it. Let's see. Wake Up Dead Man is what it's supposed to be called. And I like all those ones. The first one was definitely the best. The second one, people didn't like very much. I didn't hate it, but the first one was just so good. So good. And it was in theaters. The second one was on Netflix. I'm guessing this one will be on Netflix as well. But anyway, it's kind of like, I don't know. Should we see when it's supposed to come out? I think it's very early in the stages of development, the developmental stages. And let's see, Wake Up 2025, next year. Plot unknown, sequel to Glass Onion. Writer and director is the same guy, Rian Johnson. Stars in it. Oh, let's see where. Cast is Tom Hardy, Josh O'Connor. Oh, he is in Challengers, you guys. I don't know if this is rumor anymore because, oh my gosh, you guys, this cast is so good. This cast is so good. I hope this is all true. Okay, so Tom Hardy. He might be replacing Daniel Craig, but he's not. Tom Hardy, if you don't know who he is, I think he plays Bane in one of the Batmans. He's in that funny movie with Reese Witherspoon and Chris Pine, This Means War. That's a really good rom-com if you want to watch one. Josh O'Connor, he is one of the tennis players. He's the one that looks like he doesn't take a shower. the other one is definitely more attractive than he is, in my opinion. So he's in that. Daniel Craig, Mila Kunis. That's interesting. She's been hiding since, it's almost been a year since they kind of went into hiding after that trial incident with Danny Masterson, where they were asked to send letters of positivity towards Danny Masterson to the judge. If you don't know who that is, they all played on that 70s show together. Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, Danny Masterson. Maybe I should get that right. I'm saying some random poor person's name. That's Danny. Come on. Yep, it is him. He was convicted of multiple rape allegations. And anyway, it was found out that Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher had written letters to the judge trying to sway his opinion and not give him a sentence. And people found out about that and they were not happy because, well, for obviously reasons. So anyways, they've been in hiding and they were actually seen out the other day at a basketball game with their kids. And I think they're starting to emerge again. They kind of went quiet for a while. Glenn Close, who I absolutely love. I think she is, if you don't follow her on Instagram, she's like this sweet old lady. She's like, I'm in my house in Montana with my dog. I can't remember her dog's name. She's like, I just got back from Paris from Fashion Week. I'm doing my favorite thing. I'm ironing and watching some show. I can't remember. She's just like so genuine and it, like, she's just this like renowned actor, and she just comes back to her house in Montana and just does normal people things. Like, she's in a show called Damages. I want to finish that, but it was one of what, I don't think it was on Netflix. It was on actual TV. It was like the very early 2000s, and she's like this high powered lawyer in New York, and she plays such a good villain. She plays such a good mean person. She's not necessarily a villain. She's just like a boss, and it's so good. You should watch it. But just to see her in that role and then see how she is in real life, just this sweet, genuine person, is so cool. I don't know who Dylan or Daryl McCormack. That's a weird way to spell both those names. Andrew Scott. He is in, what is he in? He's in that new show everyone's talking about. All of Us Strangers. I started watching that, but I fell asleep. Oh, he was Inspector too. I didn't know that. Let's see. What is he known for? Previous 1984? That doesn't sound right. I don't think he's that old. Hang on, let me just go through this and see what he has been. Oh my gosh, why is it doing this? Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's in that new show. He's a good actor, I guess. Apparently people are liking him. Jeremy Renner, who obviously is Hawkeye from the Avengers saga. Lindsay Lohan, who I just told you about earlier, and Kerry Washington. This is a good cast, and I don't think it's over. I don't think the casting is over. So yeah, there's that. That's something to look forward to next year. It doesn't say exactly when. It just says 2025. So that's exciting. Let's see. What else do I have on here? What do I have on my list? Paris Hilton just announced she's releasing a new album. It's her second album. Infinite Icon is what it's called. So I think it's September 9th is when it comes out. I loved her first album. It came out in like 2000, I don't even know, 2006. Let's see, Paris Hilton. What is it called? Stars Are Blind. Even though the guys are crazy. I'll show you mine. Let's see. No, I want the album. What was the album called? Paris Hilton first album. She has a song on there. I guess I can just look it up on Spotify. What am I doing? Paris Hilton. No, not the podcast. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. Paris Hilton. She has like a bunch of random songs too with people. Oh, it's just called Paris. That's the name of the album. 2006. I remember when this came out, and I'm like, I like this. Turn It Up, that one. I think that's the one I was thinking about just barely. She's like, that's hot. Nothing in this world. That's the one I'm thinking of also. Nothing in this world can stop us tonight. I think I saw it on like a music video on when MTV used to actually play music videos. I think that's kind of where I saw it. And I'm like, I like this. I like this song a lot. And then Stars Are Blind, which they're both so catchy. So anyway, that is something to look forward to as well, coming in September, which will honestly be here before we know it. So yeah, good for Paris. Paris Hilton is like an enigma. Just literally, she does so much stuff. And she's one of those people that just make everything look so easy. I guess it does help that she doesn't sleep that much, which is not healthy, by the way. But, you know, when you don't sleep that much, you have time. Like, I don't know. If I could take a pill and never have to sleep again, I would, even though I love sleep so much. But I just hate being tired so much. Kim Kardashian is on the cover of Vogue China. She looks really good. The magazines that are out of the country, I really don't try to get because it's so hard. You can usually find them on eBay and stuff, but I don't know. Unless they're really, really good, I will buy them. Like I bought Katy Perry's India Vogue, which is one of my favorite covers of all time. Like she looks so good, so I like had to buy it. But yeah, the ones that like that you'll never really find, at least in Utah. I don't know, you might find them in like New York and LA, but in Utah you never find those ones from the out of country international covers, I guess you could say. Britney Spears interviewed Tate McRae for Gen V magazine, which I think Gen V is just V magazine, but for what would it be for? What is it called? Gen Z, I guess that would be what they're called. So that'd be kind of cool to be interviewed by Britney Spears. I don't know if it's actually true. I mean, I guess she's not being controlled anymore, so I guess so. I didn't read the article, but I'm sure it's just like surface level stuff. Britney, did you see? She posted a video the other day that someone stole all of her jewelry. She's like, here, it's all gone. Like, all my jewelry's gone. I'm like, that sucks. And then she went to Vegas the next day. And she was talking really weird. Like, I don't know. She actually talked in an Instagram post. Let me see if I can pull it up and find it. It was kind of sad. She talked about how her voice is different. And she's aware of it. Hang on. Let me get there. By Britney Spears. Britney Spears. She changed her name to Zyla Maria River Red on Instagram. I think she got rid of it because I can't find it anymore. But it was along the lines of she's aware that her voice is different and changed, and that's really sad. Let's see, what is next on the docket? Did you guys see that guy is going down? He's like gonna take another submarine down to where that one crashed to prove that it's a safe thing and how underwater travel can be life-changing. I'm like, how? Like, literally how? You can't even see out there. You just look through a TV screen and one tiny little window maybe. Like, you can't... How is that going to be life-changing? Like, didn't we learn a lesson? Haven't we learned a lesson? It's like, I don't know. I don't see the appeal. I don't know. People will never learn. People on Twitter are like, I could get behind this. Every year we'll sacrifice 5 billionaires to go down into the bottom of the ocean and see if they survive. Did you guys see Flowers by Miley Cyrus has reached 2 billion streams on Spotify? That is the fastest female song to do that ever, which is crazy. So it came out, I don't even know. I'm going to try and do the math on this. Was this your leap year? I need to factor that in. 365 plus 364 times... Oh, how am I trying to say? Oh, I need to do a billion. Sorry. Me trying to do math. 2 billion. Is that 200 million? It won't even do a billion on here. Come on, iPhone. Oh, there we go. I turned it sideways. Divided by... I forgot the first number. Dang it. Okay, so that's roughly over 2 million streams per day. That's like 2.5 million streams a day. 2.5 million people listening to your song every single day. That is so crazy. But it's a good song, so it doesn't surprise me. I just love it. I love that for her. I love that she literally got her flowers. She got her first Grammy because of it. She got, not that she needed like a comeback, but people were really sleeping on her, and I will never forgive people for that because Plastic Hearts album was so good. Like, I can't believe it didn't get more recognition than it did. The movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, I still haven't seen it. I've heard it's phenomenal. That's the one that Michelle Yeoh won. Was it a golden? What did she win? I don't know. She won some really cool, like, prestigious award for it, and it was her first one. And everyone is so excited. I love her. She's so good. But it's coming back to IMAX in theaters. I think next month or the month after. Jamie Lee Curtis posted about it. Said it's summer movie, summer blockbuster. So that is exciting. Adele is rumored to be the new judge on American Idol. As we all know, Katy Perry has stepped down to save the pop music industry because we need pop music back again. So it's kind of exciting that her and Lady Gaga are both releasing music this year because they just know how to do it. They do. And we have been blessed. Don't get me wrong. We've been blessed this year with music. But we just need those early 2010s hits again. We need that kind of fun music, especially for the summer. Like, I don't know. I really hope this comeback is really good for Katy. I hope people seem to be on board with it. People seem to be not hating her anymore, which is really good because it wasn't justified in the first place, in my opinion. So yeah, I think Adele would be a really good person to replace her. I think after this leg of her tour, her residency is done in Vegas. There's no more. And she said yesterday, no, not, I don't know why I said that. She said the other day that she wants to have a baby girl. She wants to have another baby. And I think that would be really good because she could be home technically in LA and work on American Idol and, not have to travel so much. So I think that would be good. That'd be a good job for her. I think she'd be really good at it too. She obviously has one of the best vocals of all time and just her vocal range and all that stuff. So I am all for it. I am all for Adele being the new judge on American Idol, on American Idol. Gypsy Rose, Life After Lockup, is a new reality show. I think it's a show. Yeah, I think it's episodes. It's on Lifetime. It starts June 3rd. So because there's also another show going to be on, I'm going to talk about here that's on Lifetime too. And I'm like, well, where do you even, is that part of something? Because I know HBO, they bought Discovery and all that's on there. But Lifetime is just their own thing. It's part of the A&E family. You can watch their stuff for free. You just have to download their app. You don't even have to, put your email address in or anything. You can literally just download it and watch. I don't know about their movies, their cheesy movies, but you can watch Dance Moms is on there, and I clicked on it just to see if it would let me watch it, and it did. You have to watch it with ads, which I don't know. I didn't see if there was an option to buy, to pay, but honestly, I like ads because it kind of gives you a break, and you can look at your phone really quick, or there was nothing like when you were younger, and either had to go to the bathroom or had to get your food from the kitchen or whatever, and the commercials came on, you running as fast as you can to hurry and make it back by the time the show starts again. Oh, nostalgia. Shiloh Jolie Pitt, who is the daughter of, she's not the youngest, I think she's the third youngest daughter of, I think it's a daughter. I think that's, let me make sure before I start spouting off. Yeah, I was correct. She is the daughter of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. I cannot believe she's 18. That is so wild. Anyway, she filed to change her name. She is no longer going to have Pitt in her last name. So, I don't know. Something really, we obviously know there was something that happened on that private plane that one night where allegedly Brad got violent, got physical, or there was some kind of altercation, and it scared the kids, and it must have been pretty bad for her. This is literally May 20. Yeah, so she filed the day of her birthday to change her name. So that must tell you something if she did it that quickly. It'd be one thing if she did it in a year. But the fact that she did it right away is kind of crazy. So, I don't know what you did, Brad, but your kids... I don't think this is the first one that changed their name either. I think it's a couple of them have. Anyway, good for her. Good for the family. There's still 2 twins, Vivian and Knox, I think is what their names are. They're just little. Who was the one that was in Maleficent with her? One of the little... It's like when Aurora is a little kind of toddler. It's actually Angelina's kid. I don't know. I think it might be her. Well, no, it wouldn't be her. She wouldn't be that young at that time. That was like 2014. So it must have been one of the twins. Okay, I'll stop talking now. Let's see. J-Lo has just canceled her tour. And I have been wondering about that because I've seen the last few weeks her ticket, they're not selling. The tickets are literally not selling. And like some of them they're trying to sell them for like $10 each. I feel bad. Like, she's just in this time right now where she's known to be this mean person, and I don't know if she's always been mean, but Mariah Carey's never liked her, but I don't think Mariah Carey's that nice either. But it's just kind of like she's being just torn apart left and right no matter what she does lately. Like her new movie, I think it was Atlas or something on Netflix, apparently got horrible reviews. She's there's that video of her at the Met where she wouldn't even look at the people. They're like, J-Lo, what dress are you wearing? And she just keeps looking in front of her. She's like, Schiaparelli. Like, she was like so uninterested and so standoffish to people. And I don't know, I feel bad. Like, I think anyone in that position would be kind of miserable and ornery if they were being just totally torn apart. Like, people were making fun of her movie thing that she did, her documentary, This Is Me Now or something on Prime. They're making fun of that scene where she's like, "This my hair like this reminds me of when I was running around the streets of the Bronx." And now people are saying that she never really lived there that long. She's only there a couple times. So I don't know. She claims it's to spend time with her family. There's been rumors that her and Ben have been struggling with their marriage, and so I think they're using that as an excuse. But yeah, she canceled the entire thing, not just some shows. She canceled the whole thing. So that's kind of sad. Yeah, I'm just going to rapid fire through the rest of these because I've got to go. I'm so sorry. I didn't manage my time well, but I got a lot done, so I'm not really that mad at myself. Nicole Brown, she was involved in that horrible, awful murder. I don't know if you guys heard about it. O.J. Simpson. There's a new documentary about her as well. I think it's also a show because there's episodes. It premieres June 1st, which is just in a couple days on Lifetime. You can watch it for free, like I just told you. Kris Jenner is in it because Kris Jenner was really, really good friends with... Like, Kris Jenner and her ex-husband, Robert Kardashian, who was J-Lo, who was OJ's attorney, they were all friends. Like, they, hung out together. Their kids hung out together. I think I might have just said that. I'm pretty sure they had kids together. Anyway, Kris Jenner is in it talking about being her friend and all that stuff. So it's kind of exciting. Anytime Kris Jenner is a part of something, I will watch it. So for all you true crime junkies out there, that is something you might be interested in. I don't like watching those shows because they're just so sad and so depressing. I'm like, oh my gosh, and the music they can never use uplifting, optimistic music. It's always like ominous, scary music. I'm like, but I might watch this one because it's just so famous. How could I not watch it? Let's see, Jessica Simpson. I just read an article magazine with her. It's the Costco magazine. She's on the cover. Apparently she's selling her clothes there now. So she started a clothing company. It started when she was in Dukes of Hazzard. She was Daisy Duke, and she, made like the Daisy Duke shorts and the boots, famous. And Vince Camuto, the shoemaker, actually found her and wanted to partner with her. And he's like, we are going to not just make boots and and shoes. Like it was like supposed to be a boot partnership or whatever, and he's like, no, we're gonna do a lot. So he actually partnered with her and backed her, and her company was valued at $1 billion, and she sold it in 2015. Vince Camuto died, so I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. In 2015, to this other company, who then later filed. I think she sold it for $500 million or something, but the valuation was worth $1 billion. So I don't know. I don't know how it all works. But that company went bankrupt, and she actually bought it back. She leveraged like her house. She leveraged like so much stuff, and got $65 million and bought back her company. And she just said that the company that bought it really didn't care about it. They were just trying to make money. Her and her mom actually were the creative designers, all that kind of stuff, and they really actually enjoyed doing it. And she just said that you could tell the people that worked there, once the other company bought them, was just sad and miserable, and it was just like a toxic work environment. So she jumped on the chance to buy her company back, and she's bringing it back so you can buy it in Costco. Her clothes are actually pretty cute. Like I think Dillard's is her main place you can buy them. You know, like she has the Jessica Simpson shoes. You know, like they're actually pretty good looking for, you know, affordable prices. So anyway, good for you, Jessica Simpson. We love you. I actually really like Jessica Simpson a lot. Madonna is being sued for the third time, you guys. This is the third time about her tour. So it's because it started late again, and she refused to turn on the air conditioning. I don't know why. I've heard that before, but she refused to turn the air conditioning on. So people are like getting physically ill, and this person said it was like watching a pornography be filmed right in front of their eyes. Like apparently there's like naked women, like topless women, dancing around doing sexual acts or something. Which what do you guys expect going to Madonna? She's a diva. She's always going to be concerned about herself first and foremost. Like that's just how it is. Like I obviously would be annoyed too if I waited till 10 p.m. for I actually did. Nicki Minaj did the same thing. So, you know, cry about it all you want, but that's kind of what happens when you get these divas. And I don't know. I think she talked about one of the other ones, and she's like, grow up, like whatever. She's not even worried about it. Casey Musgrave posted about her Grammy she just received from this year. She won Best Country Duo with Zach Bryan for I Remember Everything. I Remember Everything. And that is truly one of the best songs. I was listening to the other day. I'm like, this song is so good. This song just feels like a summer song. Like the windows down, you know, 3 p.m. heat while you're driving. Just a good song. I haven't fact checked this, but I think it's correct. She's the only artist in history to win all 4 categories of the Grammys, all 4 country categories of the Grammys. So I will do more research next time and let you know if that's actually correct. But I mean, I got it from a reliable source, I think, on Twitter. So we'll see. And Shabuzi, he is on the new album. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called Cowboy Carter by this up and coming artist named Beyonce. He's in Spaghetti with her and Sweet Honey Buckin'. He also has that really popular song out right now, the Pour Another Shot of Whiskey. Jack Daniels going. I don't remember the words. Oh, it's called the Bar Song. So his album's out right now. It's called Where I've Been Isn't Where I'm Going, and he's got a new song with Noah Cyrus called My Fault. I listened to it once today. It's pretty good. I like her song with Orville Peck better, but it's still pretty good. I like that she's kind of going into a country era right now. She's just she has this look right now, though, where she has no eyebrows, and I do not know how I feel about it. It kind of, I don't know, kind of scares me. But she's one of those people that people are so mean to for no reason too. They're like just so rude to her. I'm like, why? Why are people like that? Why do people gang up on people? I just don't understand it. Okay, that'll do it for me, you guys. I have to go. I'm going to be late, and I got to finish packing a few things. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to talk about myself for the first half of the episode. But yeah, on to different endeavors in my future. And today is the last day, as I'm recording this, of May. It'll be June when you guys hear this. So happy June. Happy almost summer. Yeah. thanks for listening, and I don't know, go stream Shabuzi.